There's a real possibility this afternoon. Ferrari will lead the manufacturer's title, and as you say, then I think Michael will be leading the World Championship too if Barrichello passes Kimi Raikkonen. So we've still got some excitement left. I think second place is far from sure, and there it is.
That's the scrap. That's the focus at the end of this Grand Prix. I bet Kimi Raikkonen will
Weekend for Jordan, and that was a fuel pressure problem there. We're very quickly told, I have to say, very quickly it's got up to the commentary boxes. That one, well done our team down there, and Fisichella out of the Grand Prix.
7 to go at the A1 ring. Can Kimi Raikkonen take a course in defensive driving and hold off the charging Rubens Barrichello? We know how fast this Ferrari is. We've had a graphic demonstration of it this afternoon by Michael Schumacher, who was utterly mesmerising in the middle phase of this race. After he lost ground with a pit stop fire, he's managed to recapture the lead. And can Rubens Barrichello harness the performance of this car and do good things with it? You can overtake here at the A1 ring. There are places to do it, and Raikkonen is extending himself, isn't he? Pushing as hard as he possibly can, because he knows the significance from a points position.
They're moving into a yellow flag zone though, no overtaking there, because they're still getting the Jordan of Fisichella out of the way. Raikkonen locks his right front wheel, enabling Barrichello to get very close, but of course he cannot overtake under yellows. But Raikkonen under pressure, Barrichello with a very fast car underneath him.
And remember, we have a situation in Formula 1 where it's localised yellow flag, so it's just the area around turn 2 where Barrichello would not be allowed to pass Raikkonen at the moment whilst they're clearing away Fisichella's car. The rest of the circuit is fair game. He can pass him anywhere else he finds an opportunity, but finding it, that's the hard part.
Well, I'm just looking at the computer here, James. There are 4 speed traps around this racetrack that have been in play all through the Grand Prix, and Ferrari are comfortably first and second in all 4 of them. Michael first, Rubens Barrichello second in all 4 of the speed traps, so we know if he gets a bit of a slingshot behind that McLaren, surely Barrichello can go through. Not close enough yet, but he's shaping up nicely.
Both cars sounding pretty healthy, both being driven with great gusto here. What a fantastic grandstand finish to this Grand Prix. A few clouds you can see just floating inconspicuously in the sky. They haven't really threatened this Grand Prix, apart from a brief shower of rain early on, which threw the lap times out a little bit, but didn't really necessitate a move to wet tyres. They have not really threatened us here this afternoon, and look how close Barrichello is now.
Barrichello's got the better car under braking, the faster car in a straight line. Raikkonen's got the better car in traction, and he has a better technique on the exit of turn 1 if that last lap, or this current lap, was anything to go by. So it's really, Barrichello's going to have to get better in turn 1, because surely he can outbrake him into turn 2.
So what would you be thinking now if you were Rubens Barrichello?
Well, he's already seen the brake lock up. He knows he's been homing in at a second a lap. He's now in the dirty air zone. You've got to drive through that and just focus on getting into the slipstream at the right moment. And look, once again then, the McLaren better on the exit of the corner, and that might just save Raikkonen's braking, providing he doesn't make a mistake in the braking zone.
This is all about the psychology of arriving at Monte Carlo in 2 weeks' time at the top of the driver's standings. From Michael Schumacher's point of view, he would love his teammate to pass Raikkonen, because if he doesn't, Raikkonen will come to Monte Carlo, the World Championship leader. And psychologically, Ferrari would love to have that margin. Michael has not led the championship so far this season, and with only a few laps to go now, it'll be very interesting to see if he's going to be able to do it. Look at that lovely shot. Fantastic onboard action here at the A1 ring.
Raikkonen's just got to concentrate so hard in the braking areas. That's where he's going to lose it. That's where he's going to make a mistake. And then he's got a chance of maintaining the second place. And again, look, he's quicker on the exit, quicker through the fast section, and then Barrichello drills him into the last braking zone, but can't get close enough to pick up the slipstream.
In a race full of dramas for the Ferrari team, Barrichello having problems with his refuelling rig, but for those he would be in front of Kimi Raikkonen now anyway. But Ferrari will be asking a lot of questions about the refuelling rigs here this weekend after delays for Barrichello and fires for Michael Schumacher. 3 to go. Can he do it?
Yes, I wouldn't want to be working into technique tomorrow morning. There'll be some fireworks, probably the wrong expression actually. There'll be some action around there while they try to work out what went on with the Ferrari refueling rigs. Having said that, they end up with a 1-2. They can't complain too much, can they? And now Barrichello really is in the slipstream, and Raikkonen has to go defensive. Takes a good line. Can he keep it tight on the exit, or will Barrichello get a slingshot? Raikkonen still has the racing line into the ladder curve. How far ahead of him is Barrichello? Not far enough is the answer. Raikkonen then placed his car nicely. Barrichello has the faster car, Raikkonen has the wider one.
And he had the track position where it mattered. He kept the inside line into the left-hander, and Barrichello just couldn't go around the outside. So, round one in possibly what will be an interesting slugfest in these final 2 laps then of this Grand Prix. Where else can Rubens Barrichello think about having a go? This is his best chance, really, given the straight line speed of the Ferrari, but he's not close enough.
And Ralf Schumacher's going to come into play anytime soon too. He's lapping a couple of seconds off the pace, so into the last lap. Ralf Schumacher's going to be in there somewhere. He's being lapped. 2 laps to go then. Michael Schumacher 8.6 seconds clear of this battle that is homing in to lap Ralf Schumacher, and usually it's the second place man that benefits from something like that. So Barrichello positioned nicely. Raikkonen can use the slipstream. No, he doesn't have to, unfortunately for him. Ralf pulled clean out of the way. Raikkonen snatches a break. Can he keep it on the island? Yes, he can. And Rubens then running out of opportunities, James.
He is. At the end of this lap, he'll have only 1 more lap to go. This really has got everybody standing up in the grandstands around here. Kimi Raikkonen, well, he learned an awful lot about not making mistakes and throwing away leads at the French Grand Prix last year when he made a little bit of a slip and Michael Schumacher got him. He was kicking himself after that race, and he's been kicking himself ever since, and he's not going to let it happen to him again. There you can see that moment just before when Rubens got right alongside him.
Yes, that's a replay, of course, out of turn 3 into 4, the ladder curve, and it's just because Kimi really had the racing line. Nothing Rubens could do about that. Well positioned, good driving from the pair of them, has to be said.
I once saw Nigel Mansell go around the outside of Gerhard Berger in a corner a bit like that, but clearly Rubens' discretion the better part of valour. This is the last lap then. Michael Schumacher looks as though he's going to win the Grand Prix. He disappears over the horizon. Has Rubens Barrichello got something left?
He's too far behind, isn't he? Too far behind to have a go. He'll end up running into him if he tried to outbrake him from there, and I don't think there's any opportunity now then. So Raikkonen looking solid for second place. Michael Schumacher's going to win the race.
And what a story here this afternoon. Terrific driving by this guy, Kimi Raikkonen. He didn't have the fastest car, but he managed to hold on. Well, I have to toss a really difficult question at you now, Martin.